reveal to you, it is a tube. So there we go. This is Kitty's tube. Hold on, let's pull these down a little bit. I'm wearing special leggings. So yeah, I know you can't see it much, but this is my tube. This is literally what's been sitting in my colon for roughly a year now. I got this surgery in October 2023. I started off with a beginner tube, and the beginner tube was really long. It was like, I think, maybe like 3-4 times as big as this. And this is the tube that they give to you when you first get the surgery, so that your colon can get used to be given water through a certain area of your colon. And then after roughly 6-ish weeks, you can change onto the permanent tube. This one, for example. Now, I had to get this tube changed early because I was getting a lot of complications with the beginner tube. We had it where it was bleeding. We had a severe amount of discharge, which was not normal. So we had to go and get this changed to, pretty much this. And if I show you, when I got this changed, I'm just checking if there's any personal information on here. I don't think there is. This one's been made in Germany. Ooh, interesting. Alright, so I'm going to show you on here. So this is what they're called. They're called mini balloon puddings, and they are a feeding tube because you can use them as a feeding tube as long as they're inserted into a certain area of your body. But mine is used to pretty much put water down my colon so that he can, do a bowel movement. Now, as you can see, when I first got it changed, I got it changed to 4 centimeters. But it turns out, because of my figure, I mean, I know the kitty's got big legs. I mean, if I do stand up, I mean, as you can see, kitty's thighs are, they are a little bit big, as you can see. But my upper body has been known to be extremely thin. The nurses were trying to not body shame me as much as possible, but they just told me that I was too skinny for the tube, and we had to go a centimeter down. So I had the 4 centimeter tube for roughly 2 to 3 weeks because they were trying to order 3 centimeter tubes, and turns out there was no 3 centimeter tubes available. I don't know why. They just said that they were completely out of stock from where they would normally order it from. And I do have a spare 3 centimeter tube that I'm willing to show you, because I do have spares for emergencies, and I will of course talk about emergencies in regards to the tube. But yeah, this is just pretty much packaging of the first tube that I got changed into the 4 centimeter tube. As you can see, this little thing was made in Germany. But there you go. It just literally says 14F times 4 centimeters. Balloon button, and it just gives you the lot. It just tells you, single use only. Do not use it. The package is damaged, etc. And then it just comes with all of these bunch of lovely numbers, etc. That can go on there. So, after measuring me correctly, what the fuck is going on with this light bulb? I swear to God, stop it! Stop it, light. So, after some time, after a correct measurement, we went with 3 centimeters. As you can see, I know you can't see it well on the camera. I am so young because this camera is literally terrible quality, because this is a budget camera. I think I spent like £35 on this, but I'm willing this year to get a better camera so I can do these handcam streams in better quality. This has an expiry date, and the expiry date is next year. I don't know if they have put this in American terms. I don't know. But this will be, I think, the next tube that I change into. But if you look at the back, there's actually some stuff. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to open this because I'm not going to change it because it does not need changing. This tube does not need changing until roughly March. I do have it written down on the calendar somewhere. March 23rd is when this tube has to get changed. So I'm just going to open it just to show you what is inside a tube change. I will get to this in a moment as well. So inside the tube, you will get this. This is what you put in inside the tube. Here. Oh, and there you go, Yankles. This is literally what is sitting in my colon. That's it. It is literally this tiny, lovely device. That's it. There is no, extremely long tube and the attachments beside it. It is literally this. That is what is chilling in my tube, Yankles. Hold on. You ready? That's it. See? See? That's it. That's it. Tiny tube. There you go. So what also comes with it is just a little bit of this, just to wipe the tube, or when changing it, to take it out and then put it on there. We've also got this. What we do with this is we use that to put it inside here to drain the water out of the tube. What we do is that we do put water inside the tube. This is so that the tube is... It pretty much stays in place, so it does not wobble, it doesn't come out. And then we've also got some lubricant. We got some lubricant jelly. What we do with the lubricant jelly, we literally place it on the bottom area, and then we just slowly place it in, because without this lubricant jelly, putting this inside the colon would be a little bit difficult, because our body is not really designed to have, tubes inside us, to be honest. So that's why the lubricant's there. But I know the camera's bad quality, I'm sorry, but it just gives you a little step-by-step of what to do, to where to place it. So yeah, so that is literally the tube. So you got the little stopper there to drain, put the water in, then you got this little cap here that you put on, like that. And of course, you take it off. Then you got the little tube, and then when you put water in, it blows up a little balloon, and just around here. Now, the amount of water literally depends on your tube. Because my tube is only 3 centimeters, I only need to do roughly 4 ml, like literally a teeny tiny little bit. And I will show you about water changes as well. Yeah, so this is going to go back in my little tube area. I might put a little bit of tape on it. I think it should be alright. Tape or no tape, but yeah. Normally when you do get a new tube change, it literally comes in this little tiny package. Of course, it does have an EXP date of roughly 2 years. But what happens if I do need tubes? I just simply contact my ACE nurse. I just ring her up and I just tell her what Kitty needs. But what you can order these. You can order this, which is an extension set. I will show you how to use these in a moment. But this is what we use to connect to the tube in order to feed water, to place water into. There is many different types of extension sets. I have used, I think, 2 different ones, and I think I prefer this a little bit more because it seems a little bit easier. The only downside with using these is that you have to change these extended tubes roughly once every 1 to 2 months, because unfortunately, no matter how good you are at keeping these things dry, slash, putting it in a nice, tidy, suitable place, for some reason, these tubes will grow mold over time, pretty much as soon as you start using them. And it takes roughly, I think, 1 to 2 months until mold, little patches of mold just start appearing all over the tube, and then that's when you got to sadly throw it away and then get a new one. But yeah, I can colour up also to get these. And then there is also something else. This is my bag. This is where I keep my main stuff for daily ace flushes. Sometimes, you know, if I run out of these, I can also colour up for these, but I've got like, I think 10 of these. I think it's also the same for these little things as well for changing the water. I've got like plenty of these as well, so mainly I just ring her up for extra tubes or extra extension sets if I do need them. But if I just... Bloody heck, there's a little bit of water in the bag. Right, I guess I'll show you how to do a tube change. Not a tube change, how to do an ace flush. So, the first thing, you need your extension tube. The first thing to do is just quickly check if there is any signs of mold on the tube. Don't think there is any signs of mold on the tube, so this one is safe to use. What we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the bottom body. We're going to check the bottom body. As you can see, there's a little bit of discharge on the bottom body. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna send this bottom body to the wash, and we're gonna get it replaced with a new one. The next one is to quickly just look around your tube just to see if there's anything that needs wiping, changing, etc. As you can see, there is nothing that needs wiping or changing. Also, Nyanko, sorry, yes, I am a little bit bloated because my bowels have not been doing great lately. So sorry, Nyankos, if the stomach's not what you were expecting. So what I'm going to do, this water here, this is 37 degrees Celsius. So this is pretty much the same water as your blood. Oh, friggin' heck, Nyankos, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit difficult with the gloves on. I might have to remove these gloves. Fill up with water. We're going to take this and I'm going to connect it on like that. And then this thing here, this has a lock feature. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the tube, we're going to open the cap. And then what we're going to do, we're going to place this inside the opening of the tube. Just remembering which way it goes. So we put it in, and then it will tell us which way to turn to lock it. So we turn it that way, and there we go. We have locked it. What we do, we take this, and then we slowly just push it in like that. And then, of course, you will feel the water going inside. Push it in until it's all in. Okay. Now, normally, Nyankos, I would do this. I would do this 2 to 3 times over a sink. But because we are doing this over a computer desk, I'm only gonna do this once. Because a little bit of water has come out. If a little bit of water comes out, that's fine. That's completely normal. It is literally your body just, I guess, trying to, you know, reject it, because having a tube in your colon is not exactly normal, but this is like one of the best ways, you know, for me with my bowel condition to control it. So what we're gonna do, take it out. Then we're going to leave that there for a moment because I'm going to show you about balloon changing. Once a week, you have to get your balloon in your tube changed. So, there is a little blue area around here. Place the syringe in. And simply take it out. Now, colour, first of all, if it's yellow, that's fine. If it's brown, that's also fine. If it's red, That's not fine. to try and put it in simple terms as possible. If it's red, get your ass to A&E. So what I like to do 2 different ones for these, for hygienic reasons. I like to do the green ones. The green ones for removing the water, and then I like to do the black ones for putting the water back in for hygienic reasons, and to try and avoid infections. So what we need is roughly 3 to 4 ml of nice clean water. Oh, also, while you're changing the balloon, if you do get a smell, that's also fine. Every time I do my balloon change, I just get a weird smell, and that's fine. Especially if you've had this in your colon for a while. I've noticed as the weeks go on, the smell, it just gets more powerful. Because right now, it smells a little bit weird. But we're going to put this in. To fill it back up. And there you go. That is done. So we close the cap. And then, of course, we have to choose a button buddy. And I've actually got a fresh one with me that I'm going to talk about. So, I'm actually going to move this water to the side. I will go on BRB to, of course, drain the water, etc. But first I want to speak to you young girls about button buddies. So, button buddies are wonderful, wonderful creations. They come in different sizes depending on what type of tube that you have. Button buddies are a fun way to decorate your tube. Button buddies are also a way to catch any discharge. If you have discharge from your tube, that is fine. Discharge from your tube is completely normal. It's just when you have too much discharge is when it's a problem. So as you can see from this one here, there is like a little bit of discharge, as you can see. On both sides, just like a teeny tiny little bit. And that is fine. That is fine. That is normal. I would say, in a 24-hour period, if this is done 3 times the amount of discharge, I would say that's not exactly normal. And that's when you need to go and see the doctor, see your ACE nurse or stoma nurse. Apparently they've merged the ACE nurses with the stoma nurses in the UK, because there is not many ACE nurses in the UK. I think there's only like, less than 30-ish ACE nurses in the UK, which kind of sucks because this surgery is rare. But yeah, if it's red, you're fucked. So these mainly just catch discharge. It's a way to decorate your tube. As you can see, I have gone with, a lovely marie. And these are reusable, of course. What happens is, when it's dirty, you just send it to the wash. You can wash it by hand. You can put it in a washing machine, and then what I normally do is that I put them on radiators, like here for example, to dry, because it's literally that small that putting it on a peg on the washing line might not be the best option. So just find the radiator when you've washed it and just put it on the radiator. And surprisingly, because these are so small, these actually dry overnight. As long as you're not like in a really, really cold climate, these do dry overnight. So, which means, you can just grab it in the morning and then, you've got another one. But what we do here, for the button buddies, is we take the button buddy, and we place it on. And there you go. Done. Dusted. There. So what I do, every day I have to do that flush. Once a week I have to do the button buddy flush. And then every day I also change my button buddy. Now, when it comes to doing daily flushes, it is best to do it at the same time. I normally do my flushes at 12 p.m. and I know it's not 12 p.m. I know it's 10 p.m. Unfortunately, I did not have time to do my ace flush today. I woke up a little bit late than usual. I also had work today, and I was also, just packing food, just make sure I had something to eat with me and during my break today. So unfortunately, Yankles, I did not have enough time to do the flush today, even though, as you can see, Yankles, a flush literally takes less than five minutes to do. So normally, what I do keep just basic stuff in here for an ace flush. And just literally in a Ziploc bag. I also, just Ziploc it, and then I place this pretty much in my bedroom with the rest of my ace stuff. Because I actually do have a couple of tubes. I think I've got 1 to 2 spare ace tubes available. When I get down to 1 tube left, I contact the nurse and ask for another order. Because there has been times where I've had to change my tube less than 6 months. Because if you are, and I'm trying to word this correctly, normally you have to change your tube once every 6 months. If you're pregnant, you have to keep it in during the entire pregnancy, which I know is not really the best idea. I know it's not hygienic, but unfortunately it is, it's because, you got a baby inside of you. The belly's, getting bigger and bigger. So I can imagine that changing your tube while you're pregnant's not really the best thing. So you have your tube pretty much inside you when you're pregnant until the baby comes out. And pretty much, I would say, I think roughly a week after you've given birth, that's when you can change your tube. But there are, I would say, times of where I've had to change the tube earlier than 6 months. Now, I sadly don't have any photographs because this was pretty much done as soon as possible. What happened was, you know the cat that I have, Yanko's a little cat? That broke somehow. Do I know how it broke? No. Literally, I tugged on that cap with teeny tiny little force, and that fucker ripped off somehow. I was shocked. I was surprised. So of course, I went to my parents and I asked them for advice, and they told me to ring up my ace nurse, and I did. And she told me to change the tube as soon as possible, and that she would send out another tube as a spare. So that's what I did. I changed the tube. I got a spare tube, and I think I only had that tube, Yankles, for roughly 2 months, which is I guess maybe something unfortunate, but I'm not too fussed about it. I mean, I guess I've learned my lesson. Maybe try not to tug on the cap too much, even though I swear I was not tugging on the cap. Oops. Whoops. That was fun though. Apparently, I did also got it changed on the day when I was doing a collab with somebody. I think I was collabing with Dahlia, and I just told her, hey Dahlia, the cap on the tube has ripped off. If you could just give me like 5-10 minutes, I just need to change it. Now, when you change your tube, unfortunately, Yankles, I can't change my tube because this tube is fine. It's not ripping or anything, and I got to wait until March, unfortunately, to change my tube. I am willing to maybe change my tube live on camera. I think there is also a video. I do have a video somewhere of how I changed my tube. I think I might be able to find it in presentations if you give me a moment. Because I remember doing a presentation and it did get featured. And I do remember just give me a moment, Youngles. I think I've got the link somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Youngles, if you are interested about me changing the tube, just click on this video. This video is a little bit old. I think my vocals have changed a little bit since then. But that just shows you how I changed my A.C.E tube. Because unfortunately Oh, thank you very much, Kirby, for pinging that. Yeah, because unfortunately I'm not allowed to change my H tube right here. I might be when March 23rd comes. I'm pretty much, I guess, willing to do it maybe live on camera, but I'm not sure if I want to do it live on camera because when you pull out the H tube, there is a mixture of blood and fecal matter. I think that's the correct word. And I kind of don't want to, you know, show my bowel movements live to Twitch because I don't know if you can get banned for that. And I really don't want to gross people out, even though this is medical. This is, you know, this is behind the scenes of having an H tube. I'm not too sure. I'm sure maybe I can ask somebody to maybe, you know, just ask somebody, you know, am I allowed to show this or not? Is Giddy allowed to show this? But I also want to show you something. I have. Here we go, Youngles. These are all my bottom buddies. So I have different designs. So you've got the Marie one. I've got these little kitty cat ones here. I've got this one, and then I've also got. Let me just put that one to the side to remind me that this one needs washing. And then I've also got the Space Constellation designs. So I got these, I think, in packs of 3. Oh, and we'll talk about this in a moment as well. Let me just quickly look these up because I got these on Etsy. And I just want to see how much they roughly cost. I don't know why I have stuff in my basket. I really don't know why. No, I don't want to complete my account. Because I only use Etsy literally just to buy button buddies and that's literally it. I used to go on Etsy, you know when I started out as a streamer, Yankles? I think when I started out as a streamer, I did use Etsy just to purchase some basic stuff, you know, like stream stuff, you know, like starting soon, how to watching, coming back, etc. Emotes, etc. Because I think as soon as I got affiliate, I did buy a couple of kitty cat emotes, and then of course, when I became a VTuber, I did slowly move on to Kitty Gemma based emotes. And then of course, Tiny Kitty is going to get some emotes this year. Not sure what exactly or when, but I'm gonna let Ayame know maybe in a month or two about Tiny Kitty emotes. So I'm just gonna see if I can get the price of the bottom buddies. I'm just having a quick look here. Okay, here we go. So to get, I don't know. Hold on, which type did I get? So a pack of 3 was roughly £14.50. And I believe what I went with was microfiber. But yeah, a pack of 3 of these was roughly £14.50, which is not too bad. That is honestly not too bad. I know that might be expensive, but it literally does like so much. it is literally, you know, like helped catch so much discharge. The thing is, people do use these for either feeding tubes or for you know, ACE tubes, like myself, for example. If you would like, if you are interested in the person Yankles, the person where I get the blood and bodies from, I will give you the link here to the person. This is where I get my blood and bodies from. She pretty much updates her blood and bodies like all the time. I think once a month she at least releases a new design. As you can see, she's got different types of signs. She's got cats, she's got Disney characters, different prints, different animals, different patterns to appeal to, I would say, children if you have a certain interest in anything. So if you ever need a set of blood and bodies at a decent price in, you know, so many lovely designs, I would say just click on the link, go to her, see what she has available, select your pattern, select how many you want, your design, and then she will easily get this shit out to you. Now, we will move on to this lovely thing here. And why Kitty has these. Okay, this one is open, just like for easy access. Now, these are actually used if you have a stoma bag. Now, as you can see, I don't have a stoma bag. Kitty has an ACE tube. So I'm guessing you want to know, why on earth do I have these? Well, I got given these by my ACE nurse. Because I told her last year that I was attending a wedding. And I was worried about it doing a lot of discharge onto the dress during the wedding, even though the wedding was going to be a short one, because this wedding that I attended last year, it was literally a very, very small wedding. It was like a maximum of 20 guests. We had the ceremony, we had pictures outside, and we all went to a restaurant to have a lovely meal. And we had drinks, we were chatting. I think from the start of the ceremony to the end, I think it only lasted for 4-5-ish hours maximum, because I think after 4 hours is when guests started to leave and went home, and then I decided to go home, I think after 4 hours and 30 minutes with my parents. It was pretty much a lovely day. It was a lovely day. So what she told me is that you can cut a little hole in here and you can stick it onto your ACE tube, and apparently this catches a lot of discharge. I only use these for special events such as attending weddings. Now I am planning to go to a VTuber con this year. I believe it's called V-Expo. I think it's happening in September, which is good because last year they held it during my VTuber anniversary, and I sadly could not go, Yankles. I sadly did not have enough hours to take time off work. But this year I am planning to pretty much save a lot of hours so that, you know, I can get a full weekend off. I can go to V-Expo, meet you guys, I can have fun, I can dress up in, you know, my VTuber self. We can, you know, just have a fun time. We can also meet, you know, maybe any other VTubers that might, you know, decide to come to the convention in person dressed up as their VTuber character. So I might use these during the expo. The only downside is that, yes, I've only used one. It's just that I've noticed the smell can be a little bit off-putting, I've noticed. Even though, yes, these catch a lot of discharge, I have noticed that when it comes to snipping them off, the smell is a bit more powerful than on the bottom body for some reason. I don't know why. But I think I've only got like roughly 10 of these or something, so I might be able to ask me A.C.E next time, maybe for some extras. But yeah, these are my button buddies. I might get some more on my birthday. If I don't, then I will add some to my throne. And then you guys can buy me some, because you guys have actually purchased some button buddies from me before. And I am very grateful for that. So these go in here. This used to be a candle, so as you can see, I washed it when I was done with it, and I've used it as a button buddy or container to store my button buddies in. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go on BRB mainly to empty this and empty that, and then we can also talk more about the tube, because I do have some more topics I wish to talk about the tube. If you have any questions about the tube, you are more than welcome to ask them, and I will happily answer them. So, while we go on the break, Yankles, I am going to play a couple of ads, because I'm actually interested in what kind of ads you get. If you do get an ad, you are more than welcome to tell me if it was a good ad or if it was a bad ad. I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Let me go and get this drained first. I'll be right back. Oh, wrong screen. Hold on, BRB. Alright, I do want to talk a little bit more about the tube, because I literally could go on hours about this tube. But there is something I do want to explain about this tube. Because of this tube, I can now use the restroom. Before we had this tube, I was on bowel washout kits. I had been on a total of 3 different washout kits. And what these washout kits do is you put warm water up your butt, and the warm water pretty much enters your butt and goes and pretty much enters into your colon, and it helps loosens the bowel movement in the colon to help you pretty much empty your bowels. Now the problem with that is that it could not fully do, I would say, a full bowel cleanse. Like, the bowel washouts could only reach a certain part of your colon. But with the ACE tube, as you can see, it is located towards the entry of the colon. And because it's towards the entry of the colon, it can go towards my colon, the entry, and the water can slowly travel through the colon, and I can do a bowel movement a lot easier. You uncle see where I'm going with this? Why I got the ACE tube? You guys see where I'm going with this? A little bit? I don't know. Also, boob. Poke the boobs. You want a boob mouse pad? I think you know where to go if you want to touch kitty's boobs. Squish, 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 squish. Squish, squish, squish. Now, I have been recommended a stoma by the NHS many, many times. You all know what I said to that? No. No. I don't want a stoma.